Going for a ride and looking to track or record your effort, there are plenty of options out there, and two pieces of tech you may have thought about using are a bike computer and a watch. And in this video, we're going to talk you through all the differences between the two, using Wahoo's Rival multi-sport watch and the new Elemnt Bolt to find out what might work best for you. The Wahoo Elemnt Bolt is a bike computer retailing for £250 sterling, that's $279 US, and it's made specifically for cycling. It fits a variety of different handlebars with a specific mounting bracket that will keep the Bolt right there in front of you on your ride in plain sight. Now, it weighs a claimed 70 grams and has a battery life of around 15 hours, and it charges via a simple USB-C cable that plugs in right there in the back. The Wahoo Rival multi-sport watch is a smartwatch worn on your wrist, and it retails for £350 sterling, that's $379 US, and it's designed to be used in a variety of different sports, be it running, cycling, swimming, yoga, even strength work in the gym if you're that way inclined. You could also use it to monitor activity next time you're in the skate park. The camera ran out of battery before the 360 kickflip there. Anyway, the watch weighs 53 grams and has a claimed battery life of 2 weeks if used in standby mode. That's when just using it as a basic watch. And it has a claimed battery life of 24 hours if used as a sports watch with a GPS system turned on, and you charge it with the charging puck provided by Wahoo. And both the watch and the Bolt, the computer, can be paired with the Wahoo Elemnt Companion app, which allows you to fully customize the display of both, choosing what you want to see on the screen. And you can also change the settings of both, plus download any activities and view what you've achieved in each session. Both options come with GPS capabilities built in. Both the computer and the watch will allow you to track your activity, and then when you upload that ride file or run file to the likes of Komoot or Strava, you can see it quite visibly on a map where you've been, with details such as elevation data and also speed throughout your activity. Where the computer does differ from the watch is that it provides step-by-step navigation and mapping whilst you're riding. So if you want to choose a route and then send it to your bike computer, you can follow it along on a zoomable coloured screen that's right there in front of you during your ride. And that map is actually already pre-downloaded on the Bolt computer. So if you open the box, put it on your handlebars, you can head out the door straight away and see where you are on the map. Now, it must be said that the watch doesn't do this, but some watches do this sort of navigation, but it is kind of a harder thing to visualize when it's there on your wrist. It's quite hard to look down at a glance and follow such navigation instructions. The Bolt also allows you to choose a saved location that you have input to the device and then navigate you to that point on the map. Plus, if you're out on a ride and you just want to find your way back home, you can literally just put "take me home" and it will take you there. Also, if you are following a set course through the Bolt and you stray from that course, get a little bit lost, it will provide you with step-by-step instructions to get you back on track. The Rival watch will provide 2 hours of elevation data that you've just undertaken in any activity. However, all those in-activity mapping functions are just limited to the computer. However, both the watch and the computer will provide a live tracking link through the Wahoo app, which you can then send to someone, a loved one perhaps, who wants to keep tabs on your progress and find out where you are in the world during any ride or activity. Great if you're curious, also as a safety option. Both watch and bike computer have the option to pair with third-party sensors using Bluetooth and ANT+. So that's things such as heart rate monitors, power meters, smart trainers, even the Kicker headwind. But the bike computer does go a step further and allow you to really tech out and pair with things such as muscle oxygen sensors, also your electronic gear shifters, and even display your left-right power balance if your power meter does have that capability. The Rival, however, has an inbuilt heart rate monitor. So this little green light at the back of the watch is optical heart rate technology, and it uses light at the location of the sensor to measure tissue changes in your blood as it circulates around your body to create a heart rate reading, which you can then look at whilst you're riding or skateboarding. you can pair the watch with a heart rate stress strap, but you can also just use the watch on its own to get basic heart rate data when you're out in an activity. All you have to do is press start on a workout and start tracking your ride, run, swim, whatever it may be, which is great if you want to get in a cheeky run in the park maybe, which you don't tell your cycling friends about. But you can also broadcast your heart rate data to your head unit whilst you're out on a spin as well. The main benefit of the watch is its ease of use, its versatility, which is great for us cyclists, because if you head out the door for a quick spin, you have it on your wrist already. You just have to press start on your workout and then it records your data. But that's what makes it so valuable if you're doing other activities, say yoga or swimming. You just have to select your sport and press start, and then, well, away you go. The main beneficiaries of this are triathletes, because they can use the touchless transition function of the watch, which means you can move between the different portions of your triathlon, between the swim, bike and run, all in one place. All you have to do is press start at the beginning of your triathlon. The device is on your wrist for the entirety of your event, which is one thing I'd have appreciated when I was racing. I was always forgetting my head unit. If I had a puncture or a change to my spare bike, and kind of set off down the road with no head unit. I didn't have a clue how far I had to go. Just stuck in the sea, and endless despair. Out the back somewhere. Right, transition over into the bike portion. The watch is also a watch, a smart watch, which means you can get things such as notifications like calls, texts, emails. You can even control music via iOS. Now, the computer does do this and access those smart notification functions, but it's when you're using it on your bike in front of you, right there when you're on a ride, and it can't be used in everyday life. Well, it can, but it's a bit harder to carry around with you, isn't it? I mean, the watch can be worn on your wrist 24/7. You can even set an alarm on it to get you out of bed in the morning. And talking of which, late. Both options do the job of recording your ride data, and they're strong too, with Gorilla Glass screens on both and a waterproof rating IP7 on the computer and 5 atmospheres on the watch. So they're ready for the demands of whatever your activity will throw at them, whether that's a ride or a swim, down to 50 meters in the case of the watch. The bike computer essentially does it all on the bike, especially if you want those mapping functions and you want it fitted securely right there in front of you on your handlebars. The watch does most of the features except for those navigation options, and because it's on your wrist, the data is slightly less visible, which is a bonus for the watch because you can use it in everyday life as a watch to tell the time, to catch the bus, to get out of bed in the morning, sometimes anyway. And you can also track your activities along the way. It's simply a matter of preference and riding style, whatever suits you. Of course, you can also use both and use your watch to transmit your heart rate data to your head unit so you can see it right there in front of you whilst you're riding, or use it as a swim monitor on your next triathlon. What? Let us know in the comment section down below though. What is your preference, watch or bike computer? Of course, you don't need either to have a great ride out there on the roads, but they are handy additions to have if you want to track where you've been out in the world or simply monitor your activities and see how you're progressing. Let us know what you reckon, which one you'd go for, and also if you found this video useful, then please give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video, maybe on the triathlon channel.